Ladies and gentlemen, Caldera is finally here. With that said, you guys probably don't have any classes, and so in today's video, I will be showing you guys the top 5 best setups to use in Warzone right now. If you find this video helpful at all, a like is greatly appreciated, and if you are new to the channel and you want to see more of my content, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. So on this channel, I actually upload more Vanguard content. I'm not going to do too much Warzone content. So if you want to see more Warzone content from me, make sure you check out my Cbass BR channel. I'll have a link in the description. Just a disclaimer before we go into here. So the season just came out. We haven't really been able to test out all the weapons like stat wise. So if I were you in the future, I would look up another top 5 best class setups so you can go get the updated class setups. This is just a very good starter setup. One of the ARs I recommend you guys to use is going to be the Automaton. This thing has a lot of ammo and there's pretty much no recoil on it. For the muzzle, you want to do the Mercury silencer. This is just going to help you control the recoil and it's going to add that sound suppression. We are losing some damage range, but that's okay because for the barrel, we are going to be doing the express, which is going to bring up the range of the weapon. For the optic, I found the 1229 Slate 3.25 custom is a very good one, although I don't really like the reticle, but I really like the zoom. So if the reticle does annoy you, I would try out the G16. This is also a very nice sight. For the stock, because there's a decent amount of like initial recoil on the weapon, you want to do the Zac Skeletal. This is going to eliminate most of that initial recoil. For the perks, because you're going to be able to fire a lot of bullets with this weapon, you want to do the tight grip to ensure that you have lots of recoil control throughout the whole mag. For perk 2, I like to do fully loaded just to ensure I have ammo. For the rear grip, you want to do polymer because you're going to be firing out lots of bullets. This is going to make it so you can sustain that recoil. For the ammo on pretty much every single gun, you want to do lengthen. This is just going to make it so the bullets leave the gun and hit the enemies as fast as possible. For the magazine, to increase the ammo count and increase the damage of the weapon, you want to do the 8mm Closer rifle 50 round mags. Lastly, for the underbarrel, I like to do the hand stop just to increase that accuracy, which is going to reduce the bloom and increase the recoil control. Just in case you guys want to take a screenshot of the best Automaton class setup on Caldera. For the secondary, you want to use the PPSH or any other SMG of your choice, but I actually think the PPSH is going to be the best SMG in Caldera because this is actually one of the fastest killing SMGs in the game and there's virtually no recoil on the weapon. With the muzzle, you want to do the Mercury silencer just to eliminate the recoil and add that sound suppression. On the barrel, to increase that range, you want to do the Zac. For the optic, to increase the ADS speed and add a very nice iron sight, you want to do the Kavla Sakai. I completely said that wrong, but this is the one that you want to use. Say you do want to use a reticle, the Slate reflector is also a very good option. For the stock, because there's a little bit of initial recoil of the weapon, you want to do the Zac folding. This is going to eliminate that. For the perk, as the same reasons as before on the Automaton, you want to do the tight grip. On perk 2, just so you can move around the map a little bit quicker, you want to do quick or a perk of your choice. For the rear grip, to increase the mobility of the weapon, I like to do the fabric grip. Say you want a little bit more recoil control, then I would do the stipple grip tape. On the magazine, I like to do the 7.62 Granico 71 drum mag. This is just going to increase the ammo count so you don't have to reload as often. For the ammo, as the same reasons as before, you want to do lengthen. Lastly, for the underbarrel, you want to do the smile pistol grip just to increase the sprint to fire speed and your hip fire accuracy. We are losing some recoil control and accuracy, but you don't really notice it. Say it doesn't know you, then I would just do like the Carver foregrip. And just in case you guys want to take a screenshot of the best PPSH class setup on Caldera. For the next class I want to show you, this is going to be a ghost class. We are going to be doing the NZ41 and the top break pistol. For the muzzle, I like to do the Mercury silencer as the same reasons as before. For the barrel, I like to do the orb weaver just to make it so there's pretty much no recoil on the weapon. For the optic, we're doing the Slate 3.25, or if you want, you can try out the G16. For the stock, to eliminate all the recoil on the weapon, you want to do the orb weaver. For the perk, because there's a decent amount of initial recoil, you want to do the brace. For the perk 2, just to ensure that we have ammo, you want to do the fully loaded. For the rear grip, you want to do the stipple grip tape just to help us control that recoil. On the magazine, you want to do the Sakura 45 round mags. It's going to increase that fire rate. We're going to get recoil control. We get movement speed, and so overall, it's a very good mag. We are losing some damage, which is annoying, but overall, I didn't really notice it, and so I don't mind to run this mag. Say it does annoy you, you could always try out a different mag, or you can just take out the magazine as a whole. On the ammo, as the same reasons as before, you want to do the lengthen, and then lastly, for the underbarrel, as the same reasons as before, you want to do the hand stop. Here's a screenshot of the NZ41 class setup for Warzone. For the secondary that I recommend you guys to run on all your ghost classes is going to be the top break snake shot pistol. So it's actually like the snake shots from season 1 of Warzone. It's pretty overpowered, and so I'd use them while you can. For the muzzle, to add that sound suppression and increase the accuracy, you want to do the N19 silencer. We are losing ADS speed, but that's not going to really matter because we are using this in akimbo. For the barrel, to increase that damage range, you want to do the Wilicki W4 stub. On the optic, to increase the accuracy, which is actually going to reduce the bloom, making it so the bullets are going to go more straight rather than curved. Make sure you do the SVT 40 PU scope. On the trigger action, you want to do the hair trigger just to increase that sprint to fire speed, your hip fire accuracy, and your fire rate. Say you want to maximize that fire rate, then I would do the lightweight trigger. On the magazine, I like to do the .30 Russian short. This is just going to gonna increase the damage, leading to more one-shot kills. On the ammo, to make this thing a snake shot, you want to do the shot shell. This is what's actually going to make it pretty overpowered. On the rear grip, to increase that sprint to fire speed, which is pretty crucial on this weapon, you want to do the fabric rear grip. For the perk, if you want to use this in a kimbo, make sure you select a kimbo. Lastly, for perk 2, just so you can move around the map a little bit quicker, you want to do the quick. Here's a screenshot of the best top break setup in Warzone. For the next setup, we are going to be doing the Car 98, and then the secondary doesn't really matter, you can use whatever you want. For the muzzle, to help reduce the bloom on the weapon, you want to do the silencer, and it's going to add that sound suppression. For the barrel, to make it so we get more one-shot kills, you want to do the VDD barrel. On the optic, I like the default sight, and so I'm not going to change the optic, but if you want, feel free to change the optic. On the stock, to increase the mobility of the weapon, you want to do the short stock. On the perk, so we can swap to our secondary very quick, you want to do the fleet. For perk 2, if we want a hard scope, you want to do deep breath, just so we can hard scope a little bit longer. On the rear grip, to increase the overall mobility of the weapon, I like to do the fabric rear grip. What you can also do is the tape grip. This is going to make it so we can swap our weapons a little bit quicker, and there's less idle sway. On the magazine, I don't really like any of them, and so I'm not going to be running a magazine, but feel free to use one. On the ammo, because I don't have this gun fully leveled up, I'm doing the FMJ, but once you unlock the lengthen, you want to use the lengthen bullets. Lastly, for the underbarrel, to reduce the sway of the weapon, you want to do the strife angled grip. Here's a screenshot of the best Car 98 class setup in Vanguard. For the next setup I want to go over, this is going to be the bar and the M1928. So the M1928 is pretty good, but I do think the PPSH is better, but I do recommend you guys to try out the M928. For the bar, I don't think it's going to be meta, but I do think it's a pretty good weapon that I do recommend you guys to try out. For the muzzle, to reduce the bouncy recoil it has, you want to do the mercury silencer. On the barrel, to help reduce the recoil, you want to do the CGC. On the optic, you want to do the 1229 or the G16. For the stock, to eliminate most of the recoil on the weapon, you want to do the Cooper SP. On the perk, we are doing hard scope just so we have a little bit more accuracy while we sustain that fire. For the perk 2, just to ensure that we have ammo for all the gunfights, you want to do fully loaded. On the rear grip, because there's a lot of initial recoil with this weapon, you want to do the stipple. This is going to reduce that. On the magazine, just to increase that damage and increase that ammo count, you want to do the .50 BMG. So the mag size is the big thing that holds this gun back. If there was like a 50 round mag, I think this thing could probably be meta. For the ammo, as the same reasons as before, you want to do the lengthen. Lastly, for the underbarrel, you want to do the M1949 hand stop. Here is a screenshot of the best bar class setup to use in Caldera. For the M1928, this is a very fun gun, but the PPSH is just so good, so this gun will probably be outclassed by the PPSH. For the next class I want to show you, this is going to be the NG42, and I actually think this thing could be meta. For the muzzle, we're doing the mercury silencer. I pretty much think the mercury silencer is going to be a staple across every single Warzone class. The MX silencer could also be a pretty good option if there's a lot of bloom, but I just found the mercury's a lot better. For the barrel, to eliminate the recoil on the weapon, you want to do the 890mm 32M Lushef Schwitz. I don't know how to say that. For the optic, you want to do the 1229 or the G16. On the stock, you want to do the VDD just to increase the recoil control. There is a lot of recoil with this weapon, and so we're pretty much eliminating all the recoil, and then this thing will beam. On the perk, to also help control the recoil, you want to do the tight grip. On perk 2, to ensure that we have ammo, you want to do fully loaded. On the rear grip, to ensure that we have recoil control during sustained fire, you want to do the polymer grip. Plus, it's going to increase that flinch resistance, so if the enemy is shooting at you, you're going to be able to stay on target a little bit easier. On the magazine, make sure you do the 125 round drum mag. This is going to make this thing insane. On the ammo, you want to do lengthen for the same reasons as before. Lastly, for the underbarrel, you want to do the hand stop. Here's a screenshot of the best MG42 class setup on Caldera. For the last class I want to show you, this is going to be the STG. I don't really think the STG will be meta, but we all got it leveled up, so I thought might as well show you guys a class for it. For the muzzle, we're doing the mercury silencer. For the barrel, we're doing the 760 just to reduce the recoil. For the optic, we're doing the slate 3.25 or the G16. On the stock, we're doing the weighted to also reduce that recoil. For the perks, to make it so we can do more damage on the enemies, you want to do the vital. For perk 2, you want to do fully loaded. On the rear grip, I'm doing the stipple grip tape. On the magazine, you want to do the .30 Russian short 45 round mags. This is going to make this gun very good. Lastly, on the underbarrel, I like to do the hand stop. Here's a screenshot of the best STG class setup to use on Warzone. With all that said, that is going to wrap it up for this video. If you guys could leave a like, that would be awesome, and if you want to see more of my content, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. But without further ado, hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Hopefully you guys enjoy Caldera, and I will hopefully see you in my next video.